This little video is moving on from the last post that I wrote. If you've read it, you'll have noticed that I'm currently in the process of a transition in my creative way of thinking. I sort of realised through the workshops that we've done recently at uni that I actually need to change the way that I work. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to go through the sketchbooks that I've done so far. And at the moment, I'm really thinking about trying to change the way that I record my drawings and record my observations and record my thoughts. I think I'm sort of stuck in a bad habit that I've picked up from my undergraduate and going further back to my days in art classes at school. I think our sketchbooks at those points had to be very presentable and they had to follow a certain way that our tutors could understand, because we didn't have other tools that we were using at the time. We didn't really present our work in a way, and we didn't use blog posts as much, or film or photography wasn't really something I was using much of then either. So everything had to be contained in our sketchbook, so I printed everything off all the time and stuck everything in there, and it was all sort of quite linear and in a timeline and perfectly put together. Whereas now that's not as relevant and I really don't need to be doing it like that, and it's not working for me. I find that actually I get quite anxious over my sketchbooks, which is really not the way that I should be. Because yeah, really they need to be design tools for us, and we need to be able to use them to really further our work and not hinder our creative way of thinking or dampen, our flow almost, really. So I think I'm going to go for the loose leaf approach, so I can stick things up on the wall and I don't have to be so linear, and it can be a little bit more random, and I can use the whole pile of scraps of paper that I've collected over the years and not really done anything with. And when it comes to the end, I can just buy a presentation book that I can stick all the bits that are relevant into, and the bits that aren't, they're just collected in my portfolio and I don't need to think about them as much. I don't need to be as worried about the marks that I make, because I can get rid of a loose leaf if I really need to, or I can just stick it to the bottom. I don't need to worry so much. And also with the blogs, I can keep my photography there and I can keep my thoughts there, and I can make videos like this to discuss my thoughts. It doesn't need to be so set out properly and presented properly. It can be more natural, and it can actually provide me with ways to think rather than trying to figure out the best way to present it, I think, which is the problem that I've been stuck with for a while. So I'm excited actually at the moment. I'm quite positive about moving forward, whereas before I'd been a bit sort of anxious and a bit stuck in what I'm doing, but now I actually feel quite good about it, and I'm excited to move forward and actually discover my chimeras and tease them out a little bit, and also excited to get making. I've not done too much of that yet, so this is me moving forward and actually getting stuck into making and stuck into using my hands. So very soon you'll see lots and lots of posts with things that I've made and experiments and samples and models, and hopefully soon some actual pieces of jewellery, as well as films, little films. That's going to be exciting too, and bits of performance, so stay tuned.